Hi, my name is Attila Thiry, and many in the industry know me as an advocate for the consumer. I also own Elite Credit Care, which is a credit restoration company. I've also been a national speaker, author in regard to matters of credit. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce not only myself, but introduce to you a way to get your credit back on track. Because what I do is very special. I help people repair their credit in order for them to purchase homes, get better loans, better credit card rates, better car rates. And I've been doing this for over a decade. I guess you could say that I put in my 10,000 hours. And I'd like to introduce something new and special to everyone out there for the holiday season. If you've ever had the challenge of being embarrassed by applying for a credit card, getting turned down, going into a car dealership and getting embarrassed and getting a subpar loan for 19, 24, 29%. Credit also affects relationships. If you've ever had stress in your relationship because of credit or debt issues or collectors calling, all these issues are pretty common in this day and age, and you're not alone. I also, I'd say close to a decade ago, also experienced financial difficulties, and that's what got me into this industry. Just like everyone else, I've made decent money over my lifetime. I've owned companies, but I never really was that good with money. I never really understood credit. And all it took was a couple bumps in the road, bad business deals, bad business relationships, and I landed into debt as well, and my credit was ruined. And that's actually how I got into this industry. So I started doing a lot of research, reading. I started working with people that were credit professionals. We've worked with attorneys that are credit professionals as well. And basically I started understanding how the credit game works. And obviously a decade later, I have excellent credit. I understand finances. I understand budgeting. I understand how collections work. I used to also own a collection agency, so I have a unique understanding of that industry as well. So let's just say that I have a well-rounded knowledge on how credit works from my own experiences. So you are not alone out there. I did, however, discover a solution that not many people really understand in regard to resolving the credit issues. For example, you are allowed to dispute information that is erroneous or inaccurate or unverifiable or outdated, which truthfully is a lot of information on the average credit report. You're allowed to dispute that. You're allowed to try to get that information corrected to your favor. You're allowed to get information deleted off your credit reports. Before, I used to think that was impossible to imagine that I could actually improve my credit rating. But yes, you can, and you can do it fairly quickly. The other thing that there's a lot of misinformation about is, for example, collections. A lot of people assume that you go ahead and you just pay your collections and it'll improve your credit rating. Well, this is the truth, folks. That's not necessarily true. For example, you can have a collection that actually is past the statute of limitations for the debt collectability, meaning technically you can't be sued for that money. And if you go ahead and make a payment on it, or if you pay that collection, it actually will be re-reported now as a fresh negative. Remember, a collection paid or unpaid is negative information, but now it's a fresh negative information. In essence, sometimes paying your collections actually will damage your credit rating. So there's a right way and a wrong way of doing things, but you have to understand how the game works in order to be effective in playing it. The other myth, for example, is how to build credit quickly, how to build credit properly. I've been told many, many times, well, I just bought a car. Why did my credit score go down? Well, this is the truth. A lot of times when you purchase a vehicle, it's referred to as an installment loan, and an installment loan is taking on pure debt in the eyes of the credit bureaus. So what the credit bureaus do is they'll penalize you 30 to 50 points for purchasing that big ticket item on an installment contract until you make at least 6 months of payments on time, meaning no late pays. Then you'll get those points back and you'll start building some points. The quicker way to build your credit, truthfully, is through revolving accounts. And there's a right way of doing that as well. There's several tricks that you can do to build your credit, but unless you build your credit, your positive information, For example, if you get rid of a lot of your negative information without building positive information, your score is really not going to go that high. You need both equation. You need to focus on the negative information and trying to deal with that effectively, but at the same time you have to be very aware of building positive information in order to boost your credit rating. My solution is pretty simple. Enter into a program like mine. We'll focus on helping you deal with the negative information that's on your credit report, help you build positive information, spit you out in the other end in a much better credit rating. It's not rocket science. You just have to understand how to do it properly, legally, and you have to understand the do's and don'ts. For example, another myth is, well, I can just go online and dispute. Well, I wouldn't do that if I were you. You better read that small print very, very carefully, because if you go online and dispute your negative information, again, this is a hint, so this is a nugget I'm throwing at you, you give up your rights to for future disputes. So if you disagree with the outcome, I'm afraid that's it, because you've agreed that whatever the outcome may be, that's the final outcome with the credit bureaus. So you have to be very careful. It also takes away their duty to properly verify information. If you're doing it online, it basically shoots a signal right to the creditor or collector, and of course they're going to verify the information. You're simply in their data bank. They're not going to have to provide proof. They're just going to simply say, hey, he's in our data bank or she's in our data bank, and bing, bang, boom, it's verified, and now you've given up your rights to future disputes, and you're done. So again, there's a lot to know in this industry to do things properly. But if you've been looking to improve your situation, to get out of that apartment, to rectify your credit situation, to purchase a better vehicle with a better car loan, to get better credit cards, to start a business, to get a business loan, you certainly do not have to let credit get in your way. You can do something about it. I've been doing this for years. I've gotten thousands of consumers qualified for homes, credit cards, car loans. I know what I'm talking about. Again, I have put in my 10,000 hours, and I really would love to assist you. One thing that I would like to touch on is what I've decided to do for the holidays is I have decided to run a campaign where you can get involved in moving forward in rectifying your credit situation for $1. Usually it's $299 in our program to get started, but for $1, meaning a discount of $298, you can get started in our program. And I'm going to even sweeten the deal a little bit more. For your $1, you're going to receive a one-on-one consultation with me. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to read this list off because there's so much you receive that we put together here that I'm actually going to have to read it. So pardon me if my eyes distract down onto what we're offering here. But for that $1, you get the 30-minute one-on-one consultation with me, Attila Thiry, former national speaker, consumer advocate, owner of Elite Credit Care. We're going to create a unique, secure, interactive client web portal, online access, meaning you'll be able to access information online on what's going on specifically with your account. You're also going to create a secure online environment so you can upload documents, share and transfer information, assist you in obtaining a credit report if needed, analysis and review of your credit report, enter data from your credit report into the database. We do all that for you for $1. Enter data from your credit report into a secure interactive client portal. We also have a budget review. We'll have a budget workbook available to you, a family finance planner, budgeting tools, budget calculators, loan repayment calculators, compounding savings calculators. This is all, again, available to you for $1. We're going to also, at the standard setup, it includes request for a do not call list, processing requests to eliminate erroneous, outdated data on your credit reports, unverifiable data on your credit reports, outdated data on your credit reports. We're going to also work on clearing your credit bureaus of previous addresses and false names. And if you've ever seen a credit report, a lot of times they'll have ridiculous names or nicknames for individuals. All that clouds the system. You want to have a nice, clean, pure credit report. There's even more. We're offering so much for $1. The one-to-one consultation with me alone has great value in it because I'll be able to look at your credit report in black and white, come up with a reasonable game plan for you, and we'll be able to move you forward in our system for $1. So please, folks, if you've been sitting on the fence for how long? I don't know, months, years perhaps, thinking you can't do anything about your credit situation, I implore you for the holiday season, for you and your family, please get involved. Please move forward for the holidays and the new year. Promise yourself that you're going to have good credit next year. We can get started. Month of November only, we're offering this service for $1. And if you need any more information, please feel free to contact us. 877-604-4489. Our website is elitecreditcare.com. If you want to Google me, Facebook me, my name is Attila, Attila. My last name is Thiry, T as in Tom, Hiry. And you can find out all sorts of information on me. And I would love to speak with you in person. I look forward to assisting you the best I can. And if you have any questions or comments, please let us know. Thank you so much.